Being in Congress, everyone thanks me for going to places. And I'm just telling you, this is where I belong. And some of you heard when we started before, I don't have a car in Washington, D.C. I ride my 2019 Harley Davidson Softail Slim. What's up? I'm on a suit, that's my uniform in D.C. is a suit. So I ride my Harley in my suit over to the Capitol. I park right in front of it. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, go to work, dude. I'm from Wisconsin. That's how we roll. So we're here to celebrate veterans, and every veteran that is, Dave, you can sit up. We all know Dave's a veteran. You can stay there. Everyone else that's a veteran served in uniform, stand up, please. Took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
That doesn't end.
Yeah. It does not. Yeah, it was like until I turned 40, right? It's not a mortgage. It's not a mortgage. So I want you to remember some things because our culture seems to have this big hole that we throw things into and we forget about them immediately. The First Amendment of the Constitution has 5 elements in them. It's freedom of religion, freedom of speech, freedom of the press, freedom of assembly, and then freedom to seek grievances for redress for grievances, right? Which one of these did the government not take away in the last 3 years? They locked our churches. They fired us if we didn't want to get some shot. If you got it, I don't care. They fired us from our jobs if we didn't want to do that. They said that your job is essential and yours is not. You couldn't speak to your congressman because they locked the House of Representatives up. You couldn't talk to anybody about this. The press went crazy. If you said the wrong thing, they would blackball you. All of those were gone in a blink of an eye, and no one said nothing. Except for a couple of us. We stood up and got punched in the face every day. Guess what? I can't get any prettier. So I'm going to keep doing that. Think about this. They took away every element of the First Amendment in a blink of an eye, and no one said anything. Let me tell you something. Courage is contagious. And now is the time to be courageous. I was in Walmart in Prairie du Chien where I live with my wife. And I was in the back. I don't have a mask on. I don't have gloves. I don't have anything. If you want to wear that, I don't care. You want to put on 5 masks? I don't care. You're an American. You've got freedom.
That's right.
So I'm in the back by the dairy section because I drink whole milk, which is excellent. And some guy comes up to me and he's got a face shield and a mask on. And he's like, what are you doing? I go, I'm not complying. And he said, I'm not either. And he took his face shield off and his mask off and threw it in his cart. I was like, right on, man. Courage is contagious. People look at you. They want to follow someone that will stand up for them. That is who you are. That's who we are as Americans. And Karen, you nailed it, lady. Nailed it. That's what it's about. How do we protect these freedoms? By voting. President Trump did an event for us. I know you want to get political. Too bad I'm talking. President Trump did an event for us on the 4th of July. Only two people in the country did events for. Mike Waltz, the guy that's on TV all the time, a friend of mine, Army Special Forces soldier, combat vet that I served with in Afghanistan, oddly enough, and us. Stoddard, Wisconsin. We've got more people in Stoddard, Wisconsin up on a bluff than Joe Biden did in Madison, Wisconsin. You know what Trump said? If you can vote right now, go vote. Vote early. President Trump, vote early. I voted early. I went down to my clerk's office. If you don't vote, I don't want to hear you bitching. I want nothing.
Exactly.
So if Trump is telling you you can vote early, vote early. He doesn't have to tell you that, but he did. So get it done. When Republicans work, we win. How else can we protect our freedoms to make sure we never have to get to what Karen's talking about again? The Second Amendment. What is that? a well-regulated militia being necessary for the security of a free state, the right for the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. That's the whole thing. It ain't complicated, Dave. I don't ever want to have to pick up another gun in anger again. Ever.
No.
I spent my entire adult life training for combat, training other people for combat or in combat. And I don't ever want to have to wield a weapon again in anger. Ever. I don't ever want this country to get to that point. Ever.
Amen.
And the only way it's not going to is if we quit bitching and we start voting. Okay? So you got to be with me on that. You have to be with me on that. Who was riding today? All right, check this out. If you're paying attention, I almost crashed once because I was looking at the country. It's so beautiful. You can see alfalfa, corn, beans, deciduous and hay, deciduous trees with leaves, and conifers in a single frame. Right? New York's got 50 shades of gray. We got 50 shades of green, dude.
Yeah.
Why would you want to live anywhere else? I don't know. But we're going to lose it. It's going away. And just like we let our First Amendment rights go away, we sat there and we took it like cowards. Admit it. Took it like cowards. I am not doing that. I am not complying.
Neither am I.
Good.
Yeah.
So listen, you guys need to work. We've got kids here. Any grandparents here? Sarah Jane and I just had our 11th grandchild. Praise God. I'm in it to win it. Not for me. Not for Dave. Well, maybe for Dave. For those kids, man. That squirrely kid. You know what that is? That's the sound of joy.
Yeah.
Democrats got joy by ass. They're giving away abortions and vasectomies. That's the sound of joy.
Yeah.
That's what we're fighting for. Okay? So you're going to get out, you're going to work. I'm not asking anymore, I'm telling you. That's the senior chief. Oh, hey, fun fact, I'm the longest serving enlisted member of the military that has ever been elected to Congress in the history of our country. Enlisted! We got many officers who extend the old pinky when they're drinking tea or cocktail
I'm sure.
down. I know how to clean the toilet, ladies. And that's what has to happen in D.C., right? Sounds like a joke, but it's true. So, last thing, that's aside. You're going to work. I got guys here, do all that stuff, talk to them, sign up, you want all those things. Now, I'm going to take that hat off. I'm going to put on my congressman hat. I'm a member of 3 committees. The Veterans Affairs Committee, which I'm the first member from Wisconsin ever on that committee. I am on the Agriculture Committee, first member of Congress from the state of Wisconsin, over a decade on that committee. And I'm on the Transportation Infrastructure Committee. I spoke to a couple of our vets here, and we were able to help some of our veterans. It's medical stuff, so I don't want to bring it up unless they want to. And then we've got another issue that's near and dear to someone's heart. I have twice as many people in Wisconsin as I do in Washington, D.C. on my staff, and I get to choose where they go, and they're here for a reason. Because I don't work for a person in Washington, D.C. I don't work for Mike Johnson. I don't work for Steve Scalise. I don't work for Tom Emmer. I sure as hell don't work for Joe Biden.
Amen.
I work for you guys. But you gotta tell us if something's going on. So Tom is here, Colby's gonna be here. You are my people. So yes, absolutely send emails and all that stuff, 100%. But I get about 2,500 of those a week. And we have software to sift it when things fall through the cracks. Your issue fell through the crack, ma'am, about dogs, and that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. So Colby's gonna give you our phone number. I want you to call us, okay? We gotta go and tell one thing that I'm out. One of my buddies called me and said, Derrick, what the hell's going on here? You got a veteran at the VA in Madison who was just told he's got 2 weeks to live. He needs an organ transplant, and they're not going to put him on the list because he didn't want a COVID shot.
Bullshit.
So I was like, stand by. Picked up my phone and I called this number, of which I'm not going to tell you what it is. It's Dennis McDonough. He's the Secretary of Veterans Affairs. And I called him. So this dude was President Obama's chief of staff. So he's over here, and I'm not over here. I'm much more here. I thought I was over here, but I'm here. I realized they're as crazy as these people are. So, well, trust me, dude. Oh my God, they're crazy. So I called Dennis. I go, hey Dennis, what the hell's going on here? We're gonna bet he's gonna die in 2 weeks, so we'll get him on a transplant list. And he's like, that is not gonna happen, Derrick. So the next morning, the doctor walks in, and the guy's like, I don't know who your brother knows, but apparently he knows somebody. So they went through the whole litany of new tests for this guy. And they gave him this whole different series of treatments. Turns out, because they did that, he didn't need the transplant. He's working 40 hours a week now. Okay? He did not know my buddy Jared. Jared never would have called me, and that guy'd be dead. So this is not me patting on my back. It's me getting mad at my staff and myself and looking at me and realizing that if you guys don't know we're there to help you, that's my fault. So don't wait until you're 2 weeks out from dying to randomly mention this to someone that I might know who could call me. We are here specifically for you. You sent me to Washington, D.C. for you. And help me do my job. And my job is to help you. Okay?
Go on.
So thanks for putting this on, brother. I'll be here anytime I can. God bless you and your families. And get out there and work, will you? Woo!